So here we go. Good morning to everyone, and Chodesh Tov to everyone. It should be a Chodesh Tov. Remember back in the day, Tu B'Shvat Hagiach, Chag Lilanot. There should be a Chagigi Chodesh and Yitzhak Hashem. Time to really celebrate Yitzhak Hashem. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. To have Simchas, Nachas, you advise them of Israel. Okay, so we'll read the first few psukim of Vaaira. V'Elohim El Moshe V'Yom Lavani Adonai V'Eira Lavram V'Tzak V'Yakov Be'er Shaddai Shmi Adonai Lo Nodati Lahem. A cryptic pasuk. Moshe should know. I appeared to Avos and Yaakov with the name of Kel Shakai, but Shmi Hashem, I didn't appear to them that way. What does that mean? That's the whole shit itself. V'Kama Kimosis Priti Yitav Masei Samzes Kanan Eseretz Mugrim Sheg Ruvan. I had a special covenant with them. You should know, I heard their cries. And I heard their cries. This is the pasuk we're going to focus in on. Therefore I am Hashem. Now Hotseisi. Those of us who learned diktuk a few decades back, so we learned some good diktuk grammar back in the day. Hotseisi. I went to, huh? Hotseiti. You're right. Hotseiti. So let's say I'm walking out of the room and I take out the chair. That's true. But Hotseisi, I took out the chair. So God is saying, I took out the Jews already? No, that word is not v'hoseiti. What is the word? Where is the tam? Where is the tam on the word? The tam on the word is v'heveti. Okay, v'lakachti v'hoseiti. If you let's say Rachel ba'a. What's the difference in grammar? Rachel ba'a is past tense. Ba'a is coming. So where you stress about Koreh has to really know how to read the Talmud properly, because sometimes it's not just, oh, you got the Talmud wrong. You change the meaning of the word. So it's very interesting. I am going to take them out. I'm going to save them from the work. Okay, but I want to focus on the word sivlot. So we're going to look at Onkelos and Rashi, how they translate, and Tzitzei Chachamim on the page itself. Bechein, as this is, to Onkelos is Aramaic, like Gemara language. I'll translate. B'chein emar livnei Yisrael, say to the Jewish people, Moshe, Ana Hashem, I am God. Va'apek yatchon migo dechok balchan mitzrei. And apek means a nafkamina. I will take them out from the dechok palchan. Palchan is work. Dechok is pressing work of the Mitzrim. And I'm going to save them from all this work. I'm going to redeem you with a high hand. And very serious judgment against the Mitzrayim. So what does Sivlot Mitzrayim mean? Soveil. What does Soveil mean? Yeah, I'm going to take you out of the suffering. That's the simple meaning. Onkelos is always a simple meaning. Sometimes Rashi might bring a midrashim, but Onkelos is always going to give the simple pshat. Okay, good. Rashi, mitachat, all this is in pasuk vav. Mitachat sivlo torach masa mitzrayim. The torach, the burden of the work of the mitzrayim that they're putting upon you, and the siftecham says havodasha mitzrayim domalek masa. The work is so heavy on them, and that's why it uses the word mitachat. I will take you from under Sivlot Mitzrayim. Why? Because it's too much to bear. Good. That's a simple pshat. I'm going to take them out of Sivlot Mitzrayim. Okay, from the suffering. Listen to this pshat by the Chidush Arim, one of the great Gur masters. Okay, he says the following. Herov, this is the Chudishim before that is a fascinating sefer for Kobi Levanami or of Tivli Grossman. Okay, you have the four famous lashonot of Geula. Most of the Jews were not so excited. You have a crazy medrash that what percentage of Jews left?
20%.
20%. 20%. It's crazy. 20%. Now, is a medrash they meant it literally, and I don't know. You're telling me if 600,000 men, 3 million people got out. So I'm going to try to figure out. Let's see, 20%. 3 million, help me out. Come on, math. Flat push math. Come on. 15 million. So die there? Like, what? It just sounds wild. Whatever, with the medrash, you have to always see the mefarshim if they take a medrash pashut shot literally, or is it a guzma? You have to see what the mefarshim say. Either way, it's a crazy man. Fine. So what happens? So only a fifth wanted to go out. And even the fifth that made it out, is and they're always talking about, let's go back to Mitzrayim. Al Hayam, they cried on the Yam, but Midbar Sin, Burfidim, Kivrota Tavak, in Kadesh, Midbar Sin, Liada Dome. They're always complaining about the glory days. Ah, the good old days, yes. Yes. Exactly right. So 100%. So even in Mitzrayim, they made peace. Totally, 100%. They're 100%. So this is it. So he goes on. So we all know this is nothing new for us, right? But listen to this. Chidushe Arim. So listen to his pshat. Doesn't, I mean, I'm going to physically take them out of the hard work. That's Onkelos, and that's Rashi, and that is the simple pshat. But listen to the way he reads it. Hagulari Shana, the first aspect of the redemption, Ma Shemo Asim et Hagalut. Okay, V'kozman Shesovlim et Hagalut. They are sovel. They are enduring the galus, and they're making the most of it. They are sovel the galus. They're enduring it. All right. We're all right over here. That's always, but this is the early generations of this happening. So mitach, I need the first thing to do is what? The first thing to do is Botzeti, the first language is Rashi, and I'm going to take it as the physical labor. I'm going to take them away, which is a simple pshat. The Chedushi Arim says the first thing I need to do is what? Where they are so veiled this life. They have come to accept this life. I need to somehow redeem them psychologically from this life that they've accepted and embraced. Is that a crazy pshat? Yes. And they were somehow so veiled. In Hebrew today, would we use the word so veiled as someone who's so veiled, not just someone who's something like that? A person that's somehow just making peace with the situation. He is, she is so veiled. Would you use that word? Because if you use it, so that means the Chedush Arim is not even such a drush. It's another pshat. I need to take them here out of that mentality where they are so veiled, Mitzrayim, but they are enduring it. That's the first part of the redemption process, the psychological process. Is that an unbelievable pshat?
Wasn't it because they failed to Hashem? Hashem says,
yes.
Here we're saying.
So very good. So I guess there was some who were wailing about getting out of either. They wanted to get out of Egypt totally, or at least get out of the work. But if we get out of the work, we're fine. He was got to, end the work, one or the other. So that is Chedush Arim's shot. Okay. And then you, of course, you have the famous Kliyak at the end of Parshas Vayigash. Vayeshev Yerberes Goshen. They dwelled in Goshen. They're supposed to be Ger, but they became Toshavim very fast. And so the only way they're going to get out is with the Yad Hazakah. So all of us, okay, all of us right away hear this Chedush Arim. And that's the problem that the Jews have. Where? Everywhere. Yeah. Up here. What's everywhere mean? Chutzlat. So everyone's going to go ahead and say that this Chedush Arim is great. And Danny Myers, make sure you tell all your friends and relatives in Chutzlat. Make sure you put out a YouTube video on that. So they all hear the Chutz La'aretz. Yes, 100% true. Because in Chutz La'aretz, many of our holy brothers are so veil, they are enduring the Galus outside instead of coming home. But 2 points. I personally, when people say, but look at the situation now, it's dire straits over there, I'm far from convinced of it. Jabotinsky was convinced, and he was right. Others were convinced, Rav Kahana Zatzal was convinced in 1980 that it was going to happen, and that wasn't right. People are convinced it's going to happen now. I don't know. It's no way to know. To me, you don't come to Israel because you know it's going to be dire straits. You know, it might be fine there for the next few decades or centuries. No way to know. Come to Israel because this is our home. That's where you come to Israel. This is where we belong. This is where Taig Mitzvah is. But the message of Sovel is not only for our holy brothers around the world. It's for every one of us here. What do you mean? We're here, we're home. What am I talking about? Because we are all Sovel. You know, we're Sovel? We're Sovel that we have half the mitzvahs missing. Sanhedrin, Tumah, Tahara, Kotshim. It's all missing. Well, whether we're in Galus is a fantastic discussion we'll have to have one day. You know, well, no, I'm serious. It's a fantastic shayla. Can you define this period as a period of Galus when we're home and we have the Eschalta de Gula? You call it Galus. So again, great question. But either way, we're missing 200 mitzvahs at least connected to the Mikdash. 200 mitzvahs, and we are all Sovel. We're fine. Any one of us walking around like sad? Yes, we are sad because every day another neighbor, a holy Jew, is getting killed. So we should be sad about that. And we have to say the war is going to be over, and let's say we have a complete victory, fine. But then we'll be all happy. Great, but wait, so we're missing 200 mitzvahs. We are all Sovel, that state that we are in. And we're fine with it. None of us is crying day by day. The very first Siman in the Shulchan Aruch, the poskim there talk about doing what? Tikkun Chatzos. We got by Chatzos crying over the Mikdash. The Mishabura says that in benching during the week, how do you introduce benching? Al Naharot Bavel. None of us do it. Anyone here does it? What? Some Sfarim do it because it's in the benches, but how many people do it? On Shabbos, we do Shia Malach. The same Mishabura says on the weekday, you should do Al Naharot Bavel. Why? To remember about Bavel. A third halach in the opening chapter in the Shulchan Aruch. Third halach, Siman Aleph in the Shulchan Aruch says that what? That you should be in a state of davon, of sad. You cannot be completely happy. You're missing. We're limping. But how come we don't feel like we're limping? Because we are so veiled. So no one should think for a second, okay? No one should think for a second that what? This message is only for whom? Is only for our brothers and Choslas, Baruch Hashem. We are not in a state of sovel where we're enduring something that we're not supposed to. We are. And this has nothing to do whether you are a Harabite activist or not. It doesn't make a difference. Those people that hold it's a great mitzvah so good. You're involved in it and you're pushing it forward because you're not sovel. Amazing. I think that's the right approach, obviously. But even those who disagree, it should be so you don't hold that's the right approach. But are you crying? Are you doing tikkun chatzos? Are you sad? Do you even do kri when you go to the kotel? Even that people forgot and find all these excuses. Well, I made a kinyan with my friend. That's my friend's shirt, and my friend's shirt is my shirt, and all these unbelievable. The thumb is like great, going strong at the kotel. Even that we get out of. You go to the kotel, you're supposed to do kriya. On which side do you do kriya? The left. Why? That's the side of the heart, and we do kriya for which relative on the left? Parents, not the other relatives. So the severity of the kriya is the severity like a parent. And it's a real halacha. In the Gemara, in the Rambam, in the Rif, in the Rosh, in the Shulchan Aruch, in the Mishabura. And yet somehow it's not done because of the thumbs moving. Because I'll make a kinyan, my friend, or someone to say that that if you live so close, Beit Shemesh, 30 minutes, you go at night to the Kotel, 30 minutes you can be there. When I drive every month to Har Bayis, 30 minutes from my home. I leave 6:35. We're there, 35 minutes already, and Mamila parking is nothing. Also, it's so easy to go, and it's so easy to go, and you didn't go for 30 days. Shame on you. You don't deserve to do Avelis on the Mikdash. You have all these different answers, and some of them are given by big people, but the simple shot is what? You go, you do Kriya, and you mourn the Mikdash, and you say Baruch Emes, and you say Beis Kashenim Tzavtein Hayita, and you have to go through it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's a simple shot. There are different hetivim, but simple shot, mourn for the Mikdash. And here it made it to have an Ama al Ama on your entrance. That when you come into your home, right away you see what? You left a Aman Ama, okay, foot and a half or so, without the plaster on it. To remember what? The Mikdash. So it's supposed to be on our minds all the time that we're limping. Oh, very good. I like it. That's a good one. Someone told me I limped because I go to Har Bayis. But yeah, they told me that. Neither can I get neither. You go to a place that's prohibited, and therefore God gave it to you. No, I gave him a big hug when he told me that. I'm serious. He said it in a nice. It's only delivery. Whenever you give Musar, it's 100% delivery. He said, "Am I? Is he up to saying? He's saying something? It's all right. It's a colleague of mine." He says, maybe, you know, he's standard Haredi, which obviously is against the Har Bayis. He says, maybe, I don't know, but maybe, you know, Hashem's sending you a message. He said in a very nice way. He wasn't saying, you could tell when someone's belligerent and aggressive and when someone just cares for you. And he was coming from a place of caring. I said, disagree, but I was totally shalom with that. Everything in Musar is all delivery. And the person has antennas, whether you're coming from aggression, you're just venting, letting out steam, or you really, really care for the person. And then if you really care, you can say almost anything if it's really coming from a good place. It's true. Anyways, yes.
Yeah. So where does Mashiach?
Where does Mashiach come in? Wow. So that's a great question. But you have the two-word answer, Be'ito, okay, Achishena, where there's two possible, roads the Gemara Sanhedrin talks about. One is where it comes when we deserve it, and then God will bring it. And one is Beito, when it's the time where God said it can't go past this time. So different midrashim, different sources about when the final time is, but that's a tricky topic. But that's the Gemara, and all the Mefarshim run with that Gemara that is Be'ito Nachishena. What period are we in now? Is it that God said the process has to start because it's just too far gone? Is it then we can maybe hurry it up? Hard to know.
6,000 there, 6,000.
There's a medrash like that too. Exactly how it works out. The Rambam warns people don't get too involved in trying to work out all the details because we just don't know. We're not going to know until it happens. But there are some signs Chazal gave. And we spoke about those in the past. But hard to know exactly where it's going. But certainly taking this into account, I think the message over here is yes. The most important part of the message is for our brothers in Chutz La'aretz and sisters in Chutz La'aretz for sure. But we should not think for a second that we are not so well. We endure plenty, and we're shalom with it. And none of us are crying over the Mikdash. And none of us, some of us not even doing the basic halachas, doing the amal amma to remember the Mikdash when you walk into the door. And many of us say there's halacha you're supposed to, when you set your table, to leave a place unset. But there's a setting there, like, wait, why there's 8 people, there's 10 settings. What's going on? There's a halacha like that. Okay, that we don't do for whatever reason. But there's halachas to remember in the Mikdash. The first generation, I'll finish off with this, in the Gemara Babasa talks about what? That they used to go ahead and mourn the Mikdash, the first generation. They didn't have any meat. Why aren't you having any meat? The rabbi asked them. Oh, because Kabbalah said meat, we want to remember. Okay, fine. Okay, and then what about you have lechem in the Mikdash? Okay, no, so stop having lechem. So then wine. You're not going to have any wine. And the rabbi was like pushing into a corner. And basically the only thing they could have was like a potato. Because everything's connected, all the Bikurim connected to the Mikdash. So he said, Rabbi said, Kolak Vod that you desire this, it has to be a little more balanced because you can't set something else, it's just impossible. But they were coming from a healthy place. Like, oh my gosh, life is not the same. So they just went a little too off. The rabbi had to balance it out, and just so we have halachas of commemorating the mikdash, we have to follow those halachas. We go too far, it'd be too much. But it has to be something. Now I'm not preaching to you. Sometimes when rabbis tell you I'm talking to myself, I'm just talking out loud. I don't always believe them, but sometimes really am. Like over here, do I walk around day to day mourning the mikdash? No, I got harbayis. It's very depressing to see that all the Muslim kids are up there shouting and the cheer. Not against it. They don't do that anymore. Or Hashem, but having whatever their services are in the morning and they're doing their chants like, oh, it's nauseating. Okay, but and day after day for the next month, I'm mourning the mikdash. I'm not. I should be. But we are all sovel. Now, plus, of course, obviously, sovel that they're not coming here. And those who are here, we are sovel the fact that, okay, it's Israel, we have Truma, we have Maser, and Baruch Hashem, and we have yeshivas and kolas, and all is good. All is good. All is not good. And if you say that, you are sovel, not sivlos mitzrayim. You are sovel, sivlos. I don't call Galus. I don't like that term personally to say we're in Galus here because I think so many good things have happened. To say Galus as if nothing happened over the last 75 years, I think is foitova in my opinion. But we're sovel an incomplete situation. So Mietz Hashem, we shouldn't be sovel, not the literal term sovel, and not the figurative disharim. We should try to get a different mindset where, you know what, I'm limited here. We are limited. Maybe a nice practical thing is we don't do the amamam. We should do that. It's a nice thing to put on your wall if you don't have it. It's halacha. Another nice thing maybe to do al naros bava once a week on your bench. Want to do it every day, fine, but just do something realistic that you could really keep. And I think once a week. Just connect more to the mikdash and the fact that this 200 mitzvahs are missing. Okay.
Cool. We're on the left side.
Yeah. Wow, nice. That's a good question. I guess Yemino is not referring to the side that we of the, well, just referring to like how strong Armenia is always showing that our strong hand. So if I don't have that, all my strength is gone. I guess. Nice question. You should have a Surus Tovos and a good Shabbos and a Chodesh Tov. Chodesh Tov. It should be a blessed month. Mietz Hashem.